When it comes to outsourcing to the Philippines, overcoming cultural differences is a common concern. The assumption is that because it's a foreign country, things like language barriers and behaviours will impact communication. This is far from the truth. In fact, the Philippines is one of the largest English-speaking countries in the world and shares many cultural similarities with Australians due to the Western influences. Here are some key cultural differences between Australians and Filipinos within the workplace. Firstly, let's start with forming friendships at work. Australians tend to remain more guarded and develop friendships at work slowly over time, if at all. Many Australians believe that a person's work and personal life are best kept separate. On the other hand, Filipinos develop friendships at work quickly, and teams often have social catch-ups outside of the office. If you're working remotely with a Filipino team member, note that they love being part of a team and to feel included. Try and treat them as an extension of your local team and include them in any team meetings or activities via Zoom. Secondly, let's look at KPIs and performance. Australians often dislike having their performance qualified against KPIs. Filipinos, on the other hand, love KPIs and working towards targets. This makes it important to have this structure in place from the outset and schedule regular catch-ups to discuss performance. Thirdly, people from Western countries tend to be very independent when it comes to problem solving. Filipinos are more likely to immediately escalate issues and go directly to their supervisor if unclear. They feel more comfortable working with clear guidelines and boundaries. Australians are open and straightforward, so feel comfortable having upfront conversations. But you'll notice that if you're upfront with your Filipino colleague, they may go quiet as they like to avoid confrontation. Simply recognize the signs and deal with it discreetly, or escalate to your BPO client experience manager if necessary. On the plus side, while many Australians sometimes find it hard to deal with feedback, Filipinos thrive on detailed feedback regarding the quality of their work. They take feedback as an opportunity to improve their skills. It's not unusual for Australians to work through breaks, including lunch. But Filipinos prefer structured work breaks and lunches, so this needs to be factored into their daily schedule. And finally, when it comes to taking sick leave, most Australians will simply say they're sick. But Filipinos are more likely to give a very detailed explanation. It may seem like too much information, but it is the Filipino way, and you'll get used to it. Filipinos are honest, hardworking, and loyal. And while there are some subtle differences in behaviours in the workplace, these can be easily overcome with the right knowledge. Don't forget to reach out to your client experience manager in the Philippines if you need any tips and hints on how to manage your offshore team members.